Hello, Potato, and welcome back to Heinz Week. I hope you've been enjoying this series so far. If you haven't watched the first two videos, where we did beans and tomato sauce and beans barbecue, I do invite you to go back and watch those, because they're my first experience with Heinz beans and the fairly lovely thing, which is beans on toast. I've been enjoying this week so far, and I have to say at the very least, I feel like I now understand the attraction of beans on toast. It's kind of similar to like when I was a kid, when I would have creamed tuna on toast. I kind of get it now. It's good, and I think it's probably a thing we will have more often. Just means, buying the slightly more expensive Heinz beans compared to anything else available here. So today, for the third day of Heinz Week, we're going to try another type of beans. This time, Beanz Chilli. Because beans means Heinz. So I am not really sure what to expect from this. I was right yesterday in that beans barbecue were about as similar to American baked beans as these are likely to get. So I'm guessing this is going to be similar to chili. I mean, it's chili with two L's, so I'm assuming there's some difference there. And of course, it's also, most chilies in America, in a can at least, are meat chilies, and this does indicate that it's vegan, so no meat in here. Ingredients are still fairly simple: beans, tomatoes, water, sugar, modified corn flour, spirit vinegar, salt, spices, garlic puree, chili, herb extracts, color, paprika extract, and then all the stuff about 5 a day and cooking it on the hob. And beans means Heinz. Some different words here though. Rich tomatoey comfort meets warming chili for taste that's nothing short of fiery. Ready to kick the heat up? I really doubt this is going to be particularly fiery. Maybe compared to those two. Although my wife said she detected a little bit of heat in the beans barbecue, which may be from the paprika. I didn't really get any heat off of that on its own, and of course then I ate ghost chili barbecue sauce with it, so I wasn't going to be tasting any other heat anyways. But yep, today it's Beanz Chilli. Again, I'm expecting this to be somewhat similar to American chili, like your Denison's or your Stag, Hormel, but I don't know. So I guess let's find out. Let's stop talking about it and do it. So remember to hold firmly, lift fully, turn can, and pull gently, gently, gently. All right. So a couple notes from yesterday. One, I said I thought the color of the barbecue beans was the same as the normal beans and tomato sauce, and it wasn't quite. The barbecue beans were a little bit darker. I still had some leftovers from day one in the fridge. So yeah, they are a little bit darker. And two, I made some cracks about... Because I mentioned Bush's baked beans specifically because that's what we have in our cabinet. And I made cracks about corn syrup, and high fructose corn syrup specifically, and how in America this would almost certainly have like a half a gallon of corn syrup in it. And I may have given the impression, in fact I'm sure I gave the impression, that I believed that Bush's baked beans had corn syrup in them. And just out of curiosity, I went and looked at the label later on, and they don't. They actually do not have any corn syrup in there. They have, looks like probably a fair wad of brown sugar for the sweetness, so it is still massively sweet. But yeah, it's not. There's no corn syrup in that. So yay to Bush's for not putting corn syrup in their beans. All right, back to this. No one corrected me on that. I just felt like, in the sake of honesty, I should say something. So again, I think these are maybe even a little bit darker than yesterday, or maybe about the same color. They aren't, like, the smell isn't super powerful. I can't smell them from here. Funnily, my wife said she could smell the barbecue ones as soon as I took the lid off the container. So maybe it's just my nose, and I'm not really smelling things right now. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't smell it from here, so let's give it a sniff. Ooh, that smells like chili. That is, I think, a much stronger odor scent than the barbecue were. But yeah, that definitely smells like a can of chili. So let's try a little bit cold, and then we're going to make some beans on toast. Okay, I'm just going to make beans on toast for these, because I don't have any other ideas to do with them. and beans on toast seems to be a good control. It's very sweet for chili. And maybe it's because there's no meat in it. I don't think I've ever had a canned chili without meat in it. But it definitely does taste like chili. All the flavors there. So a little bit of the sweetness, I think that maybe because there's a lot of tomato in it. I think more tomato than I would put in like making chili, and probably more than they put into, I think Denison's is what we have in the cabinet. But yeah, I mean, cold is not bad. It does taste like a slightly sweet chili, which isn't necessarily a plus. I do kind of like a more savory chili, but that may change a little bit when we heat it up. And maybe even more when we put some cheese and add it to toast and try one with a sauce. So yeah, let's go do that. Let's make some beans on toast with our Heinz Beanz Chilli. Here we go. Some heated up Heinz Beanz Chilli, because beans means Heinz. And yeah, smelling this as I was cooking, this, first of all, the flavor when I had it cold was much stronger than either of the other two beans. It really did taste like, I hate to use the term American chili because I'm sure it's not necessarily an American thing, but it tasted like the chili we get in a can here, only sweeter. So let's see if the heat did anything to that sweetness at all. Still pretty sweet, but it's quite good. And there was actually some heat to it, right in the back of the throat. I do get a little bit of like a peppery burning from the chili. So, I mean, I would make chili hotter than this. My wife might actually think this is too hot. I will let you know what she thinks after she tries it. But yeah, that's good. That's my favorite so far. Am I going to get that instead of getting like the Denison's, which is what we do have in the cabinet? It is Denison's. Let's get you back on camera here. Probably not, but it's good. And if you like chili and you don't eat meat anymore, this is a great option because I've never looked, but I'm not really that much aware of a lot of chilies without meat in them. I've seen chilies without beans in them where it's just the meat and the sauce, but I haven't seen a lot of them that are just beans and sauce. Or, they haven't like at least tried to stick in other vegetables to try to make it seem like it's more than it is. This is fairly basic. It's just beans and chili sauce. And it's quite good. So let's see how it works with beans on toast. Yep. Once again, we've got our beans on toast plain and beans on toast with a sauce on it. So I tried to figure out what sauce, because I tried the 3 different sauces with the beans on toast with just the basic beans and tomato sauce. Beans with tomato sauce. I've been saying that wrong all week. And then yesterday I tried with barbecue sauce for the Beanz barbecue. So what do I try with Beanz Chilli? Well, you may remember that I've mentioned that I've never tried Heinz chili sauce. So guess what I went and got? I got a jar of Heinz chili sauce. It's the week of Heinz, right? So I put some of that on there. I haven't tried it yet though, so I suppose I should try this on its own first. Let's clean the spoon off. I mean, looking at the ingredients, I'm guessing it's just going to be spiced ketchup, because the ingredients on this are tomato puree, water, distilled white vinegar, high fructose corn syrup, there it is, salt, corn syrup again, more corn syrup, but not high fructose this time, dehydrated onions, spice, garlic powder, natural flavoring. So I'm guessing it's just going to be a slightly spicier ketchup, which if that's what it is, hey, I'm there for that. I'm all up for a little spicy ketchup. I'm the kind of person that mixes sriracha into my ketchup and then puts it onto my hot dog. So, all right, let's try the sauce on its own first. It looks like ketchup. Looking at the bottle, you can see little bits floating in it. I'm guessing that's the garlic and stuff. So let's see how this tastes on its own. Well, there's definitely stuff floating in it. It is definitely ketchup. I don't want to call it chili sauce. It's ketchup. But yeah, there's other flavors in there. It's not bad. I believe it would be great on burgers and fries. But yeah, it's still ketchup. I don't know why they don't just call it chili ketchup. It is ketchup. All right. So tried that. I do like that too. Another winner for Heinz. For American Heinz this time. All right. Let's do our beans on toast. So here is our plain chili beans on toast. No additional sauces. Just white bread, Beanz chili, cheese. Not bad. Either I didn't put enough chili on there, or that bread really is just kind of sucking up the flavor. Because it does not taste nearly as strong there as it tasted just eating it out of the bowl. Still good though. Well, let's before I say anything else, let's try it with some chili sauce. See how that is. I did try yesterday the Beanz barbecue with some katsu sauce. The one that I had was plain. I put some katsu sauce on it, and that was pretty good. That would probably go well with the basic beans with tomato sauce. All right, here's our beans, cheese, and chili sauce. Heinz chili sauce. All right, well, it does taste very similar to the just beans with ketchup before that I had on Monday, but it's not bad. I'm going to say for beans on toast, so far, day 3, we do have one more day of beans. So far, my favorite for beans on toast is the basic, your original beans with tomato sauce. That's my favorite on the toast. It did need a sauce on it, probably with the HP sauce the best. Maybe I'll try a little HP sauce on this. Now, my favorite just on its own, eaten out of a bowl with a spoon, is definitely this one. Because on its own, it's the most flavorful. I think the cheese and the bread are kind of just overriding some of the flavor. And maybe that's why people put more sauce on their beans on toast. I don't know, but I mean, it's not bad. I'm going to definitely finish this for my lunch. But yeah, so far, of the 3 we've tried, Beanz chili is my favorite on its own. Beans with tomato sauce is my favorite as beans on toast. I guess that's just why they do it that way, right? Well, that wraps up day 3 of Heinz week. We have 3 more days to go. 1 more beans tomorrow, and then 2 other non-beans items. One of which is actually kind of the reason I started doing this week, period. So look forward to those. And again, if you haven't watched the first 2, go back and watch them. They're there in the food playlist. So go back and check them out if you haven't already. And of course, come back tomorrow to check out day 4. I do hope you've been enjoying this week. I actually have been, so I hope you have been as well. If you do enjoy this video, or have enjoyed this week in general, please give this video a like, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and ring that little bell so you know when I post the next 3 from this series, so you can see the rest of my week with Heinz. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow for more beans, because beans means Heinz.